What? Not for the first time. I've woken up by my phone. Man, this thing really is. I stopped dead in my chat once I noticed where the text is from. Any remaining vestiges of sleep were instantly replaced by a horrible mixture of anticipation and stress. Yuri. How long is this text? You don't have to make any more excuses for me, Midas. You don't have to make so many excuses for such a pitiful, self-loathing freak. How truly pathetic I really am. Yearning for the past, yearning for my parents, people I couldn't even be transparent with. Maybe it was for the best that I didn't show them how abhorrent I truly am. They would have been worried and would have wasted so much time trying to convince me to get help, much like you do. But me being the selfish, pathetic person I am, I can't even do that. Can't even... Okay. I can't even order food at a cafe without turning into an embarrassment. Why is it that something as simple as making a booking is beyond me? I think I'm too much of a nice guy. I've even caused you to miss school over these past few days with the worrying I've forced upon you. I want to change. I really do. There's one thing I hate about myself most, it's how pervasive my inability to function by myself runs. I grew too dependent on you. I let you do so many things for me, because I'm a lazy, weak individual. I've never had any drive to actually act upon my wish to change. You don't have to apologize for any of the things you've said. You know why? Because you were right. My arms are an ugly mess. I don't communicate at all. But it's okay in a strange sense hearing those words from you. It was a comforting sense of closure. Are we done for? It confirmed what I always knew in my head. That I really am an aberration. Finally realized that every single person who ever bullied me was in the right and I was in the wrong. Especially about you to think you could have changed me. You were nothing but a false hope. And I know it's extremely selfish of me to dump such a long text on you, but it's the only way I feel like I can actually talk to you now. Besides, I know you don't want to see me anymore, and even getting this out proved to be extremely difficult, so please, forgive me. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Oh my goodness. Run! Run to her, please, please! I don't know what she's doing at this moment, but I know it's not good. What the? For a moment, I just stared dumbly at my phone as my brain tries to process such a damning text. Part of me feels like it's on fire. Mentally, my mind feels like it's going a billion miles an hour. And another part feels completely frozen. Oh my, what am I meant to do? What? Where do I even start? Finally, my hand starts shooting a response back. What I'm typing though is beyond me. It's almost as if a disconnection is between my hands, my fingers, and my brain. You're scaring me, please. It's not like that at all. I do still want to see you. I still want to fix stuff between us. Please believe me. Please let me just talk to you. Agonizingly slow moments pass by without a response. I waste no time in ringing her, but of course, nothing. What to do? Midas? Not now, Mom. If that even is you. Huh? Sayori? Why are you here? He crossed the room and opened the door. What are you doing here? But I wanted to make sure you came to school today, of course. I realized that you still might be feeling down, so I came over again. I glanced back at my phone lying on my bed, still lying, suspiciously silent. What's wrong? As always, Sayori's quick on the uptake, noticing where I'm looking. Did Yuri message you? Did Yuri come to school yesterday? Yeah, but... I don't even wait for her to finish before I start heading for the bathroom. I've got to see her today. I got to sort this out for good. I don't care what it takes. Oh god, Yuri, where you are. Nothing about Sir Sakurai's lesson is actively registering in my brain. I didn't see Yuri anywhere before my first lesson, and by that point I had to reluctantly stay. It's looking like she isn't in. But damn it, Sayori said she came in yesterday, so of course I had to assume the same would hold true for today. Finally, finally lunchtime. Pack up my bag at light speed and rush over to the door, but just then, Midas what now, sir? May I have a moment? God damn it, is the whole world against me today? I somehow managed to suppress my boiling emotions before turning to Sir Sakurai with a strained smile. Sir? Don't worry, I don't intend to hold you for long. And get on with it, please! Midas, is everything alright with you? You haven't been paying any attention in class. You look rather stressed. No, everything's not alright. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks for asking, I gotta go. I know I'm just your teacher, but you could talk to me if need be, alright? Okay, thanks, sir. Sorry, I really need to use the bathroom. Are you using that excuse now? There's actually too much to go this morning, so I was holding it in until now. In that case, don't let me stop you. We wave back and rocket off to the club room. Sorry, sir, but I really have to hurry. I burst through the door and waste absolutely no time with my questions. Have either of you two seen Yuri? No, I don't think so. Neither have I, she isn't in today. Midas really need to... No, not now, Monica. I don't even let her finish. Midas, where are you going? Sayori, you said you saw yesterday. You said you saw Yuri yesterday, right? Yeah, why? Was she okay? Like her sleeves, were they like... Did they look different at all or anything? Her sleeves? I don't think so. But she looked really pale, and to be honest, she barely spoke to us. Is she missing blood now? Although she did ask where you were. And then? Well, when we told her you didn't come in today, she left. She muttered something about needing the bathroom and didn't come. You should have chased after her, Sayori. No. The wave of fear that shoots through me at sickening speed almost makes me ill. Tell the others I've gone home. Huh? Why? Is there something happened to you? I hope not, but it looks like something did happen. I've already started making my way to the end of the corridor. Sayori's concerned face barely even registers in my mind. Stop asking so many questions and just do it! Desperately trying to fight off the feeling I've made an awful mistake, I whip out my phone and urgently flip to Yuri's number. Come on! Nothing but that damning sound of the dial tone droning on and on. I don't even care if I break down on her front door, I'm going. That's a relief. But before I'm even able to approach the door, I hear a sound that I've been yearning to hear for over what feels like a very long time. In a flash, my phone has been whipped out and answered. Yuri! I read your text. Please just let me in. I'm outside your house. My voice dies down as I hear sobbing coming from the other end. What now, Yuri? No. I miss them so much. Yuri? Calm down, just talk to me. I'm scared, Midas. Midas, what have I done? I don't think... No. Where did you cut this time, Yuri? No. I don't know if these ones will heal. You're scaring me, Yuri. You're really scaring me, Yuri. Are you home? Please just open the door. I'm right outside. Oh, you can't even open the door. Where did you... Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I didn't mean to. I'm so scared. It isn't meant to hurt like this. It isn't meant to hurt like this. Just want to see them again. Yuri? Yuri? Hold on, Yuri. I'm holding on for a second just to call an ambulance. I'm calling back right after. Hang on, okay? I didn't mean to. Oh no. There's blood on the bed and my vision's fading. Yuri! Midas, I'm scared. Midas? No answer. I slowly released my grip on the phone and let it fall with a thump on the floor. She can't even grip her phone. It's warm and wet on the carpet. How am I supposed to clean this up? Can you even stand, Yuri? No. Midas, please make it. I've never had to clean up this much blood before. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. It was okay before, but how did it turn out this way this time? It's too deep this time. I'm so scared. Dad, help me. Please? From a faraway distance, an irritating tiny tune rings and it's me, Yuri, please answer! Please, Yuri. There's red all over my arms and legs. Please, anyone. It's all my fault. Mom, help. I need you. No, my vision's turning dark. Dad, I'm all alone. Slowly, the noises are fading. The banging at the door, the rain, the stinging in my arms. They're fading. Noises are fading. He, n, I, it, are, mm. Oh no. Stop. No. I wake up with a start. Strangely, I'm sitting on the couch with a blanket over me instead of lying in bed. Fragments of memory suddenly flash into my mind. White day, cooking, yelling, blood. Yuri. Oh god, Yuri. Adrenaline starts pumping through me again as I weigh over my choices. What could I have done differently? How did this all happen? Getting out from the couch, I rub my hands over my face and stumble into the kitchen. I hadn't even cleaned up our dinner yesterday. Squeezy of such a mundane chore can even seem urgent in the wake of what had happened. Surprise, surprise, the dining table is clear, the dishes all stacked neatly in the drying rack. The blanket. Mom must have helped out. Mom? I feel like a child again as I walk through the house looking for my mom. At this point, I feel like Mom's the only one who will be able to comfort me. Jeez, I really must be a mama's boy. It's in my bedroom that I happened to find her. Why are you in my bedroom, Mom? Mom's sitting at my desk flipping through an old photo album. Midas, you're up. Yeah, I guess I am. I sit down on my bed next to her. For a few moments, there's only the sound of the album pages crinkling as they turn. Finally, Mom breaks the silence. Remember when you went to that beach one that time? She points out a small, chubby child digging a hole in the wet sand at the beach. That must have been taken when I was 5. Maybe. You'll have to be more specific though. Come on, it was that time you peed yourself because you weren't busy going to the bathroom. You were busy playing to go to the bathroom. Ironic, because you also could have peed in the ocean right next to you, but you instead wet your pants in front of everyone. What's the point of bringing this up now? I can feel the heat rising on my face. Just reminiscing. There's another flip of a page followed by a sigh. You were so cute as a kid. So I'm not much of a looker now then. Oh, now you're putting words in my mouth. Mom gazes fondly down at another photo now. It's one of her and Dad standing proudly in front of our house, my 7-year-old self striking a silly pose in between them. Sometimes I wonder, would it have been better if I hadn't insisted on leaving your father? Should I just have put up with it for your sake? I'm startled by the sudden change of topic. Mom never really talks about her feelings, much less a divorce. I mean, aren't you happy now? There's no denying that. But still, there are plenty of people who stick in out for their kids' sakes. I just couldn't do that though. Sorry that your mom's so selfish. But there wouldn't have been any use in staying together if all you would have done was keep on arguing. I could tell that you guys were both unhappy, you know. Plus, everything turned out alright in the end anyway. It's better to be a single man than in a toxic relationship. A toxic relationship, huh? Weren't you super stressed out all the time? I remember a lot of your arguments were about how much work you did and Dad would insist that you had it easier than him. Yeah, but man. Still, you know that I was the one who insisted on the divorce, right? I could have forgiven him. I think after I showed him the papers, he was actually shocked into realizing how serious I was. He apologized to me and told me that he was willing to change. I didn't know that. But my pride stood in the way. I didn't want to back down and look weak. I didn't want to have long conversations with him after already explaining myself so many times in our arguments. I couldn't bear going through this all over again if it turned out that he didn't really change. Knowing that, I think he would have gone back to his old ways after a while. Anyway, at least I'm happy that I got to focus on my career so much more after we separated. But still, came with the cost of not being able to watch over you as much as I wanted to. Seriously, it's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? All things considered, I'm happy with the way things turned out. Thanks, Midas. You know how much of my temper can get when I'm particularly irritated or tired, though. Can imagine that it would have been much fun to argue with. Who knows? If I were more patient or communicative, things might have turned out differently. Speaking of arguments, we had one with Yuri yesterday, didn't you? Yeah. Geez, an earth-shattering argument on White Day. Earth-shattering, sorry. Hey, that's an exaggeration. And how do you know we had an argument? Maybe because our food is stuck in like the dinner table and usually we'd be cleaning. Mom rolls her eyes. Dinner was still on the table, barely eating, and you were dozing off on the couch with the TV turned on an infomercial channel. Guess that makes sense. Well, I did want to ask you for advice on it though. So what happened? I ran my hands through my hair as I tried to recall everything that happened last night. Started out by talking about Sayori when we were eating, and she asked me what we did together this other day, and I started talking about how good of a friend Sayori is. You talked to Yuri about another girl on White Day? That's the point Yuri brought up too. Is there some kind of dating code that I'm missing? Apparently Midas what gave you the bright idea to talk about another girl so much in front of your girlfriend in White Day nonetheless. Hey, she was the one who brought Sayori up first, you know. Anyway, then Yuri started hinting at how I shouldn't be talking about that. I got kind of mad and told her that she should work on communicating more clearly. And then she started talking about how she has trouble communicating and has to deal with a lot of problems. Her mom is so disappointed at us. And I told her that I might have my own problems to deal with too. Mom winces at that. I know I said some wrong things during our argument. Anyway, Yuri started being really self-deprecating and then she left too. And a bunch of stuff happened where Yuri kept calling herself a freak. And I told her that she should consider therapy, but she was really unreceptive to it. Mom's quiet for a few moments, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, judging by her, like she said it herself, we talked about another girl to our girlfriend on White Day, so I'm pretty sure she's disappointed. Sorry if some of my summary was vague, but I don't really want to reveal any secrets without Yuri's permission, you know? It's quite alright, Midas, I get it. But honestly speaking, I think a good portion of my points were valid. I won't say I was in the right in our argument, but... Someone said that everything before the word but is BS. Mom, you shouldn't be looking at it that way in the first place. Both of you should be working to solve your problems together, not pitting yourselves against each other and trying to see who's right and who's wrong. That's true. I still can't believe that this happened. My brain keeps going over things I said, things I could have done. Everything that happened last night is just playing on repeat in my head. Huh, now you know how I feel, huh? Maybe Mom actually opened up about the divorce for a reason. Here's your chance to not turn into another version of me and your father, though. It's probably true that you have a point that Yuri should probably learn to communicate your problems more effectively. It also sounds like she may have some deep-rooted problems that she wouldn't be able to get over as easily as you'd like. The thing is, it seemed that she had been getting better. Almost like she was cured or something. Mom shakes her head. If these problems are anything similar to what I'm thinking now, it'll take a lot more to cure them. And even though I'm using the word cure, it might just be that problems go more into remission than anything. Or they may never fully go away at all. Also, I hope you didn't use that exact phrasing with her. No, I didn't. Good. I'm guessing you hadn't talked to her yet today. I hadn't even brushed my teeth yet. Were you planning on talking to her then? Well, I don't know. Wouldn't she want her space? Midas, communication is key. Look, I know it's going to be awkward and weird after everything that was said and done yesterday. But it's better to clear things up sooner rather than later, before misunderstandings crop up or negative thoughts become conflated with reality. If you don't want to talk, or if you don't talk rather, how are you going to be able to apologize and solve your issues together? I'm not saying that you should totally hound her on the topic, as she may vary. Oh, sorry. I thought, she may very well want some time to think things through. But you still need to open up a dialogue about these things so that you can both know where you stand. That makes sense. Really dreading talking to her though. There was some harsh words thrown around last night. I don't really know how I'm gonna face her. You won't know until you try, right? I mean, I know it's going to be awkward. Just talk to her, Midas. In fact, why don't you call her right now? Can I eat breakfast first? First of all, it's nearly noon. And secondly, no. But I don't even know if she's gonna pick up. You don't think I called her last night after she stormed off? Tensions were high at the moment, Midas. If she doesn't pick up now, then at least text her. I reluctantly pull out my phone. What a surprise! No calls or messages. Come on, Midas, I believe in you. Okay, I get it, Mom. I slowly look for Yuri's name in my contacts. Mom stands up, snapping the photo album shut. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you some privacy while you call. Let me know how it goes. Thanks, Mom. Of course. Before she steps through the door, I stop her one last time. And Mom? Thanks for everything. I mean, talking to me and helping me clean up and stuff yesterday. And for being a good mom. Man, that was too cheesy even for me. I mean, now else we're pretty much soft as jelly at the moment. Mom's so caring. However, Mom's bright smile alleviates some of my embarrassment. It's all part of my job, Midas. And that she shuts the door in a soft click. It's just me and my thoughts now. What's my phone? Here we go. Gathering up what little courage I have remaining, I force myself to dial Yuri's number. The dial tone rings on faintly. It's the same as ever, different to the tumultuous feelings within me. I'm almost hoping that Yuri doesn't pick up. Huh? Did Yuri actually pick up? Yes! Hello? Now that she's actually on the line, I've suddenly forgotten everything I wanted to say. Hi. Come on, Midas, you called her for a reason! I'm glad you picked up. To be honest, I was tempted to ignore your call again. Oh, at least she picked up? Then why did you pick up? I don't know. Actually, I suppose one reason was because I knew what you'd be thinking. You were worried that I've killed myself, weren't you? It's alright, that's only to be expected. Damn, she got me. It's not the only reason why I called, but it's a huge looming fear that's been in the back of my mind this whole time. I didn't want to admit it myself, but it's true. I was worried that Yuri would have committed suicide. I mentally berate myself. Come on, Yuri's not so fragile that she'd off herself after one argument, right? Stop thinking that she's made out of glass. Like I did in my first run. Although she might have not committed suicide, but would it have been so far-fetched to think she could have accidentally cut herself deeply and bled out? I don't know, Midas. I don't really know. An image of her desperate scratching flashes through my mind. Yuri, sorry. Sorry for everything that happened last night. There were a lot of things that I should have done and said. Shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have said sorry. I'm still kind of sad about the sad ending, okay? As you can see, I'm not the most sensitive or tactful person sometimes. I'm sorry too for allowing myself to show you that part of me. I can't believe I actually scratched myself in front of you. It was just such an overwhelming impulse. Obviously. It's okay, Yuri, I was about to get it, but do I really get it? All these issues, they're really difficult for you to deal with, aren't they? You both acted on impulse yesterday. I suppose so. You know you were right. I can imagine how it must feel to be you, and to deal with you, you know? There's a sigh on the other end. It's so quiet that I can hardly make it out. Thank you for acknowledging that. It's just so tiring not having anyone to be able to understand that side of me. Of course, I'm not blaming you for not being able to understand. Simply that all these feelings are extremely isolating. Well, I know I must sound like a broken record at this point, but I'll always be here for you. I might not totally get what you tell me, but I'll try to help the best I can. And that includes helping you feel less isolated. Last night, I was really mad at the problems, not at you. I just didn't know how to voice my frustrations clearly enough. I wasn't self-aware enough to really pinpoint the source of my emotions until now. We're both in this together. Let's fight these problems alongside one another. Thank you, Midas. Sorry for not being able to speak so openly about everything. It's alright. It's a work in progress. Yes it is. Actually, can I come over to your place right now? So that we can talk about these things face to face? Plus, I know you have phone anxiety, so... Or we can talk somewhere else if you're more comfortable with that. Sorry, but I'd rather not. Okay. It's not your fault, it's just... I believe I need some time to think about things. You mean you need some space for now, right? But I agree with you in terms of working together to assuage these issues. Only I need to put my thoughts in order first before I can try explaining things to anyone. Sorry, I'm no good at speaking about these things unless I've properly thought through my words. It's perfectly understandable, Yuri. Because it was too much to hope that everything could be fixed in one phone call. There's a lot to mull over. There definitely is. Thank you for taking the effort to call and make things right, Midas. I don't know if I would have had the strength to do the same. Of course. I really care about you, Yuri. Don't you forget that. I won't. Thank you for everything though. Really. I'll see you at school on Monday then. I mentally sigh in relief. It sounds like Yuri can't bear to see my face then. Sounds like a plan. If you'd like, we could continue this conversation during lunch. I believe I'll be ready by then to talk. Are you sure? You don't really have to force yourself. Yes. If I don't do it then, I'll never be able to do it. Okay. I just wouldn't want you to be uncomfortable talking about everything. My mind flashes back to Yuri talking about being the perfect girlfriend. Please trust me when I say that I'd rather you to wait until you're good with talking than force yourself to do so. You can't rush things when it comes to these things, right? I can't rush progress, rather. You definitely can't rush it, but I think I'll be able to talk about it. But in the case that I do start to have trouble speaking, I'll tell you. That's all I wanted to hear, Yuri. Would you like to meet me at the roof during lunch then? That'll do just fine. Plus, we wouldn't have to worry about the others eavesdropping on our conversation. So, I guess that's it for now? Man, I've always been bad at ending conversations on the phone. I suppose so. Thank you for calling again, Midas. Thank you for being receptive to me, even after an argument. It's only fair. After all, I stoked the flames just as much as you. Either way. Are you doing anything right now? I've been cooking lunch when you called. Right. It's about noon right now. I'll let you back to it then. Thank you. I'll see you on Monday, Yuri. Goodbye, Midas. After a brief pause, a small click sounds and the line goes dead. I breathe a sigh of relief. That's over and done with. And it actually went pretty well. Lunch on Monday, huh? I'd better prepare for the mental exhaustion. For the emotional and mental exhaustion I'll inevitably feel that day. But for now, lunch sounds really good. It's finally lunch. Time to meet up with Yuri. Strange seeing all the students middle out without a care in the world. They're far removed from all the drama that Yuri and I had to deal with this past few days. I wonder how the situation would have played out between different players. Would it have turned out better or worse? Somehow I doubt that anyone around me right now has had to deal with anything like what Yuri and I have gone through. Scratch that. Hasn't hanging out with Yuri taught me anything about judging books by their covers? I mentally shake my head. Come on, Midas, you have no idea what anyone else is going through. Judging others. Yuri spoke a lot about that topic before. Yuri. Am I even prepared for this conversation? As I make my way to the roof, each step seems to grow heavier and heavier. My uniform seems to be uncomfortably warm. My palms suddenly have collected a layer of sweat. Before I know it, I'm in the front of the rooftop entrance. Here goes nothing. As always, it takes my eyes a little time to adjust to the brilliant sunlight outside. Soon enough, I'm able to make out a tall, long-haired girl standing by the edge of the roof. The contrast between her violet hair and pale blue sky makes her hair look a lot more dark. Yuri. I step closer to her, prompting a slight peek over from her. She doesn't move though, so I elect to stand beside her and look down at the school grounds below. Hello, Midas. Hey, Yuri. Normal enough of a start of a conversation. Yuri runs her fingers through the chain-link fence, blocking off the edge of the roof. It's a nice day out, isn't it? Guess so. You haven't had lunch yet, right? But lunch just started, so... Right. Yuri's face turns slightly red when she quickly turns to rummage through her bag. I can tell if it's to hide her face or not. However, she eventually pulls out a package tied together in a large handkerchief. You made a bento? You made a bento? Oh, yeah, I guess was right. You made us a bento. We never bring any nutritious lunches, and since we planned on eating together. Are you sure? I did bring some bread, so... I made my own bento too, so if you don't eat it, it's just gonna be wasted. It was specifically made for you, so... If this is a peace offering, it's the best peace offering I've ever received. Holy crap, thanks, your cooking's always delicious. I feel bad that I don't have anything for you now. It's fine. I made it for you because I wanted to, not because I expected anything in return. Yuri. I take the boxes from her hand and peek inside. Rice, grilled beef, and some salad and dumplings. You even made my favorite dumplings for it? Yuri's gonna make me all soft again. I brought some before, so... You know how much I appreciate you. I believe I have a good idea of that. We chuckle lightly for a bit, but then Yuri's face suddenly falls. Midas. I'm sorry for everything that happened on White Day. Now that I think over what I did and said that day, I feel so ashamed. She bites her lip hard. I can hardly believe that it actually happened. I'm sorry too, Yuri. I shouldn't have pressed you so hard on things you obviously can't change on a whim. Thank you, but I know I was really the instigator. Well, if I hadn't cluelessly gone on and on about Sayori, but I also could have outright told you why that was bothering me. Instead, I chose to internalize all my negative thoughts, and it manifested in blatant self-hatred. I mean, it's not like you explicitly chose to internalize it all, right? These deep-seated problems you have, I get that sometimes you can't help second-guessing yourself or thinking in a certain way. But in order to improve my mental health, don't I have to change these thought processes? Yeah, but doesn't it still take a huge amount of time and effort before you're actually able to fully change it? It's slow going in the beginning, right? And on that day, tensions had been running away. Running high anyway, rather. So it would have been harder to be self-aware about that. Plus, I'm sure that some of my comments didn't help matters either. That's true, but either way, Yuri takes a deep breath. You're right. The biggest problem in our relationship right now is most likely communication. And that's really on me. Yuri, it's fine, Midas, you don't have to try and make me feel better. I've accepted that it's a genuinely fault of mine that I'm emotionally suppressive rather. Sorry. I'm getting too emotional. After all these years, I've just gotten in the habit of hiding my true thoughts and feelings from everyone. It's actually a bit selfish of me. I don't tell anyone anything so that I can't avoid being judged. But that's a perfectly valid reason to not talk about some things, right? Maybe, but I doubt that it's a completely healthy mindset. It stops me from communicating effectively with others too. So I'm going to try to explain everything. All of it to you. All the reasonings behind my thought process, how I genuinely feel about certain things. I truly did some introspection over the weekend to figure things out. But if you're up for it, I'm all ears. I don't know if I'll be able to understand everything, and I probably won't be able to relate to a lot of what you feel. But I'll try my best to be as empathetic as possible. That's all I'd ask from you. Once again, Yuri takes a breath to steady herself. Where should we start? You could start with the argument. That's a good place as any. It's as good as a place as any, rather. There's a strange wry smile on Yuri's face. Now that I think about it, I was probably overreacting during our argument, wasn't I? It's okay if you get angry from time to time. I definitely said some things that were out of line. But how would you have known what to say? You're not a licensed psychologist. You don't self-harm. So it's not as though you'd know the exact things to say to me. I mean, I could have not said some things though, too. If I had given it some thought before speaking, I could have realized that some of my words were hurtful to anyone, not just to a self-harmer. For instance, I should have said that other people have problems too. That's true. When you said that, it seemed to invalidate my own issues. It minimized my suffering. Yeah, like other people have problems too. So you should just suck it up and deal with it? See? I definitely did not mean to invalidate you. What else did I said? What was something else I said rather, sorry. I don't know, I just feel like a certain connection to this route. I mean, I kinda relate to it in a lot of ways, but that's for another time. How would you feel if I did this? Yeah, I actually said that a couple of times. Actually, could you explain why it's so bad to say that? It's likely not very obvious to someone who isn't too familiar with the thoughts behind self-harm. I believe the best way to put it would be that saying that guilt trips me. It makes me feel worse about myself, because it makes me that much more aware of how self-harm affects others around me. And then it makes me feel like cutting even more. It's a bit of a cycle, where that makes me feel terrible, which makes me cut, which makes me feel even worse, which leads to my cutting again, etc, etc. So sorry, I had no idea. It's okay, now you know. Now that you say it, it seems so obvious though. Hindsight is 20/20, I suppose. Yeah, guess so. Man, I wish I hadn't spoken without thinking too much. I'm especially sorry for the ugly mess comment. Yuri looks down at her arms. They're covered by her sleeves right now, of course, but I can imagine the scarring underneath the cloth. Well, you're right. Huh? They are ugly. But to be honest, there was a time when I looked at it the way they looked. But that was a time when I was in an even worse state of mind, if you can believe it. I'm guessing it might have been around the time her parents' death. Quite simply, I'm disfiguring myself. And I feel like I deserve to be disfigured. Huh? It's like self-harm allows me to externally show how I feel on the inside. I don't really know what to say to that. I feel like I need to punish myself for making mistakes and things like that. The first time I cut my arm, I was almost mesmerized by the blood flowing down my skin. It felt strange seeing my arm marred like that. But in a way, it felt right. Yuri, you don't have to say anything. I know you probably don't know what to say. She's got that right. Even though, I hope you know that when I said that, I was mad at the self-harming itself. Not at you, if that makes sense. I understand. Sorry if this is too soon, but I don't know what to say, or I don't know what a good way to ask this. You didn't do anything too bad to yourself after our argument, did you? Sorry for asking so clumsily. I really don't know how I can breach the topic in a sensitive way. It's alright. The scratching helped me take the edge off a lot, so I didn't do anything worse than what I usually do. I still can't believe I did that in front of you. All my thoughts and emotions just suddenly overwhelmed me. It was almost as if a physical pressure was building up within me. I see. Damn, I can't imagine. Well, I'm glad that you can't imagine it. You know what you said about not trying to change myself? Sorry for that too. No, it's fine to be honest. I don't think I've actually been trying all that much. Sometimes a wave of motivation comes over me that makes me want to change, but that doesn't happen too often. I'm scared of how it'll be when I don't have self-harm to help me feel in control again. Physical pain. It's something that I can understand and manipulate myself. Something that has a definitive end. It's the way that I've always coped. It's not often that something makes me feel like discarding that. I did talk a lot about this before, I think. It was probably the first time I came over to your house. I suppose I did. In the end, I suppose I don't want to change. Yuri, come on, you might say that, but you have changed already. She gives me a questioning look. You become more confident in yourself when you speak to others, for one thing. Remember when you never felt like saying hi to Natsuki before? And look at you right now, you're opening up to me about this stuff. Sure, you may still have your flaws, but that alone shows that despite what you tell yourself, you're willing to change. So change isn't all that bad, right? You're right as usual. You don't deserve all of this, Yuri. Please trust me when I say that. And I wouldn't lie to you about that either. Okay. Thank you, Midas. I slowly sneak my hand over to touch Yuri's. Surprisingly, she grabs my hand in response. It feels freeing to talk about this with you. Is it really okay for me to burden you with this? Of course. What kind of person would I be if I didn't support my loved ones? Thank you. Anyway, no one's perfect, as we both know by now. If you're willing to forgive me, then I definitely think you should be able to forgive yourself. If that makes sense. You don't have to be the perfect girlfriend, because there's no such thing. Oh God, I just remembered. Which reminds me, please tell me whenever you're uncomfortable with anything, Yuri. It's kind of an awkward subject to broach, but I've got to address it. If you don't want to do something, like if you don't want to be intimate at the moment or anything, you can just always say no. No one has the right to demand anything of you that way. There'll never be hard feelings about it if you say no. Not because you don't owe anyone sex or whatever. Sorry, I just didn't know what to do at the moment. There were so many expectations and worries clouding my mind that I just forced myself. But don't worry, I don't blame you or anything. You don't have to apologize, Yuri. Again, I'd never get mad at you if you turn any intimacy down. In fact, isn't it better if we're both happy and willing to do something? I know that now, but that wasn't the case at the time. Either way, thank you for bringing this up. To be quite honest, it's it was weighing me down a bit, but I wasn't sure of how to bring it up without turning into an awkward mess. It's comforting to confirm that it's okay if I don't force myself. It's definitely a subject that had to be addressed. At any rate, whatever happens, I'll try to support you as my girlfriend. That is, if you still want to call yourself that. Yes, I don't think I'm much inclined to breaking up with you. Especially not after you've been so kind and understanding towards me. Well, I guess I meant to ask if you needed to go on a break or not. I definitely get that you might want some space, so... But it is nice to be able to speak on my own terms and knowing that I could take my time about things to think by myself. But I also know that I still love you. So would it be alright if we took it slowly? Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't have expected everything to go back to normal after just one conversation anyway. Honestly, I wasn't even expecting her to want to stay with me. I mean, we said some pretty sharp things to each other. Which, well, even I'm very emotional off right now. Honestly, I'll just type a comment. The bell suddenly rings, startling us out of our quiet discussion. Geez, we really lost track of time, huh? We hardly even ate, we were so busy talking. Well, I'm definitely glad we had this conversation. I think it helped me understand you a lot more. And I'm glad I was able to work on my communication. Man, I guess we'd better get to class for now. But I'll meet you at the usual place to walk to the club together, okay? Okay. See you then, Midas. Once again, thank you. Back at ya. My mood seriously lifted from how I felt these past few days. Ironic considering the dark subject matter that Yuri and I talked about during lunch. But it just feels nice knowing that someone I love trusts me enough to talk about these things. And it's definitely gladdening to be able to resolve a conflict peacefully and come out of it a better person. I still worry about Yuri, of course. But now, I feel more hopeful about our future together. Sneaking a glance at Yuri who's sitting beside me, I catch her eye and offer her a smile. She smiles softly back in return and then turns her attention back to the book in front of her. I could definitely see her fighting through all the problems in her way. But for now, back in the companionable silence that so often settles between us. To me, it's an indication that things can get better again. Okay, everyone. Monika's announcement once again startles me out of my reverie. We're all aware that school's ending this. Oh, okay. What's gonna happen then? Woohoo! Summer vacation. Oh, I can't wait to do nothing all day. Everyone here can probably relate to that. Anyway, I was thinking, how about we meet outside of school during the summer to hang out? Yay! Yeah. Yes! That sounds like a great idea, Monika. I probably would have wanted to see you guys throughout the summer anyway. After all, we're not just a club, we're all friends. Well, if you all insist, I'd be open to hang out. Jeez, Natsuki, you don't have to be so coy about it. Hey, speak for yourself. In my case, I'd definitely be down for a little club trip. Me too. It'll help keep me out of the house. And I want to keep talking to everyone here. That's decided then. Let's meet up the Saturday after school officially ends. If that's alright with you all. We all unanimously agree. I catch Natsuki sneaking a smile at Yuri, but Natsuki... Wait, did I read that right? I catch Natsuki sneaking a smile at Yuri, but Natsuki only sticks her tongue out at me when I make eye contact. Rude. Looks like everything's as normal as it could get for now. Normalcy is underrated anyhow. It's so nice not to have to worry about academics. Gives me a lot more time to worry about my relationships instead. And speaking of relationships, I'm heading in with Yuri today. Well, not just her, it's the day of our club trip. And where are we going? I call it a club trip, but we're just going to be walking around town. Strange to think that we haven't really gone somewhere together as a group before. It's always just one or two people from the club, not everyone at once. We're meeting up at soon at the big intersection in the shopping district downtown, so I guess I should get ready then. As I change out of my pajamas, I muse over my relationship with Yuri. We definitely have more deep conversations about darker topics nowadays, but it's nice to be able to talk about these things. Thankfully. After our initial conversation that day, Yuri did seem to regress a bit in terms of her openness. She probably thoroughly rehearsed a lot of what she said that day, but it's not like zero progress was made. Yuri actually does tell me when things bother her more often. Well, she usually is more apologetic about it, but still, the fact that she even tells me these things is good progress. It's been a bit less than a week since our big vacation though. Oh, sorry, conversation, rather. So there likely just hasn't been enough time for the things to fully settle down yet. Anyway, it's not like she's going to be talking about this stuff much today, given how we'll be hanging out around at the club. It'll be a nice change of pace, goofing off with everyone and laughing together. Suffice to say, I'm looking forward to our meeting today. It's way too hot today. The sun beats down mercilessly on me as I plod down the street. I'm sweating like crazy from walking downtown despite only wearing a t-shirt and shorts. I hope the girls won't be able to tell how gross I am. Well, even if I were super sweaty, I doubt anyone besides Natsuki would really mention it. They're all way too nice. Although, now that I think about it, Monica might actually tease me. It's not soon enough when I finally catch sight of the others. Looks like I'm the last, as usual. Midas, there you are, and oh my goodness, you're so cute. There you are. Took you long enough. Hey, lay off me for a bit, it's too hot to walk quickly. Jeez, you should have left earlier then. I live next to you and I got here pretty early. Oh yeah, I must be pretty late then. Sayu, aren't you supposed to be the one on my side? Truly a horrific betrayal. It really is. Alright guys, stop being such drama queens. Where do you want to go first? Maybe we should have planned this out a bit more. Well, unplanned hangouts are the best. But where's the fun in that? We've gotta be spontaneous. Nice one, Sayori, you understand me. Yeah, Sayori's got that right idea there. Got the right idea, sorry. We could try walking around a bit to see if there's anywhere we want to go. That sounds good to me. Okay everyone, let's do that then. We mill around for a bit, window shopping and chatting about nothing. Eventually find ourselves standing around eating ice creams. I find myself practically inhaling mine as the ice cream drips down the cone. Oh, it's so refreshing to eat a popsicle on a hot day. This reminds me of how I spent summers as a kid. Midas and I used to play at this one park with an ice cream vendor. Oh man, I remember what park you're talking about. Sounds like idyllic times. Perks of having childhood friends, I guess. I haven't kept up with any of my childhood friends either, so all those memories are relegated to the past for me. Don't you guys have nostalgic childhood places you like to visit? My parents used to bring me to a house in the countryside during the summers. Man, your family must be rich or something. All I ever got were trips to the pool. And I never really liked the pool anyway. You know how nasty public pools can get? Yes. I don't particularly have anywhere nostalgic in this city either. My parents aren't usually ones for randomly hanging out to the park or whatever. If that's the case, then why don't Midas and I show you our parks so that we can make future memories for you here to look back on in the future. Well, we're not doing anything right now, so I'm up for it if the rest of you are. Yeah, I'd be down to go. It would be nice to catch a glimpse of Midas and Sayori's fabled childhood relationship. You guys wanna go? I'm fine with it too. Well then, that's that. Lead the way, Sayori. Hooray! Let's go, Midas. I'm right behind you. This is new. It feels like I'm going back in time as I step into the park. I haven't been here in a while, and it looks much smaller than what I remembered. Here was the spot of countless adventures between Sayori and I. In my mind's eye, I can see two small children running around. One coral-haired and one brown-haired. It's kind of strange seeing both Sayori and Yuri here at once with me. Like the past and the future are colliding. So this is it, huh? I think I've been here before actually. Like once with my mom. Huh. Maybe we've seen each other as kids before but we just didn't remember it. Are we gonna get the child Natsuki in her route? Please! I wouldn't doubt it. Fate can be a fickle creature. I'd call that more of a coincidence than fate, haha. Well, I think I remember seeing a pink-haired girl here before. Not many people have that hair and that distinctive. Sayori, your memory isn't even that good. You forget half the things I tell you. Hey, I remember the important stuff at least. It's nice being here though. Sayori trots over to the swing set and plops down on the swing. The rest of us follow her. I end up leaning on the middle bar with Yuri while Monica sits on top of the bar. Come on, Natsuki, swing with me. I haven't gone on the swings for so long. Natsuki obliges and sits on the swings beside Sayori. Soon she's swinging back and forth at full force, her hair streaming through the air. You're like a kid again, Natsuki. You're so cute. At that, Natsuki abruptly stops swinging with a scowl on her face. I'm not cute. I exchange dry smiles with Yuri as Monica rolls her eyes. Okay, sorry for calling you a kid. I mean, I call myself one too, so I'm not trying to imply anything. But disregarding that, I wish I was cute as you. Sorry, but I have to say it. Natsuki, why do you always pretend that you're not cute? You got to realize that you come off as really cutesy, right? You're seriously not fooling anyone. I'm not trying to fool anyone. Who do you think I am? She kicks at the ground in frustration, jostling herself on the swings. And it sure seems an awful lot like you are sometimes. The tsundere can get a bit tiring, you know. Hey, I'm sure Natsuki has her reasons. Everyone has their own problems in life. Not that I'm implying that you have any particular problems, Natsuki. You guys are gonna drive me insane. You guys want to know why I'm cute? Because I am feminine. I like cute and pretty things. My favorite genre of manga is romance. Is that so freaking weird? We didn't say there was anything wrong with you being cute. We were just questioning why you protested so much. My mind suddenly flashes back to that one day long ago when Natsuki and I hung out and talked about this silver boba. Is it because you want to look strong? Cool. I don't know why I find that funny, but goodness. Looks like she's surprised that I remembered what she said. I feel like she might be regretting opening up that one now. What's wrong with that, huh? Doesn't everyone want to be cool and strong? I can't think of any situation where being cute and meek is better than cool and strong. Cute does not equate to weak, Natsuki. But you can be cute and strong, can't you? Not if you're a tiny girl like me. I like being cute, but I need to be strong. Need? Yeah, need. You guys probably don't know this, but it's just my dad and me at home. Yes. No. You don't need to explain, Natsuki. I've played enough exit music to know. My mom's not in the place to help us anymore. The fire in her voice dies down at the moment of her mom. At the mention of her mom, rather. It picks right back up again as she continues her rant. Things are rough, so I have to be strong for the sake of my family. I can't be some little girl anymore who doesn't have a care in the world. I shouldn't be wasting time and money buying manga. My dad hasn't been doing so well ever since my mom died. I shouldn't even be here, hanging out with you guys. Our shop needs all the help it can get. Okay, maybe that exit music comment was a bit too much considering I don't know anything about Natsuki's route. But I just hope it's not abusive that because I don't want to see Natsuki getting beat up again. Natsuki sighs here, fiddling with her swing's chain. I'm just selfish. I can't help wanting to be a normal high schooler. Life's so unfair. So Yuri reaches out and gently touches Natsuki's arm. It's okay, Natsuki, I get it. You do? There's a slightly dubious expression on Natsuki's face. And to be honest, I'm curious about how Sayori can relate too. There's a reason why I act all sunshine and rainbows all the time, you know. For a moment it seems like Sayori and Monika telepathically communicate something with each other. Because I want everyone around me to be happy too. So even if I don't feel like smiling or if I'm unhappy, I smile for everyone else. Even if I don't want to wake up in the morning and face the world, I still smile. Because I don't want to burden others with my problems. I'm really liking that the good ending for Yuri, and I'm guessing the good endings for all the three girls actually will have a glimpse of what their route will be like, and that's actually pretty cool. Sayuri, didn't know. Why didn't you tell me this? I'm supposed to be your best friend. That's why I couldn't tell you, Midas. But how was I supposed to help? It's not your responsibility to help every single person you come across. Besides, I didn't talk to Monika about stuff, so... Yup, and I'm glad you came to talk to me about it, Sayori. And even more glad that you were able to talk about it to everyone else too. Yeah. I suddenly feel incredibly guilty that I wasn't able to be there for Sayori. How could I have been so clueless that I can even tell when Sayori wasn't happy? Sayori, I've been telling you all my problems this time though. In fact, I've gone on and on about loneliness and my parents' divorce too. All of you before. Given that, wouldn't it be right to help you in return? It's alright. You're just more expressive than a lot of people, Midas. Am I? I mean, both MC and me, MidBit, am very emotional. Yeah, you kind of are. Sometimes you say things that are so emotional they make me cringe. Hey, what the... I've only got emotional with you guys like once, right before the festival. Seriously, then, I guess my opinion of you was coloring my memories. I kind of an opinion that you have on me. Yuri, am I emotional? I don't know if you're particularly emotional, but you are quite expressive. That's a good thing in my opinion though. It's nice to not have to guess about what you're feeling. I guess you're the perfect match for Yuri in that way, Midas. Yuri wouldn't have to worry about you ever hiding your feelings from her. I don't know if you guys are complimenting me or insulting me. Just take it whatever you want. Compliment or insult, I appreciate you at least. Yuri smiles at me and puts her hand on top of mine. I feel like you've definitely changed my life for the better. I think that's an exaggeration, Yuri. But it feels that way to me. You were standing by me nearly every step of the way, encouraging me at all the right times and comforting me in my dark ones. Even with my social anxiety, it's not completely gone. Of course, but you helped me talk to others and face that anxiety head on. Back then, I might have even turned down a group hangout like this out of anxiety. I guess it's good to have someone force you to do things you don't want to. And you were the first one who was able to tell about my parents. Your parents? I understand your sentiments too, Natsuki. Because I've lost my own loved ones. Feeling weak where there's a blatant need for strength. If you don't mind me asking, when? Long enough for the pain to fade into the background. Yuri looks down, twirling a strand of her hair through her fingers. But to be honest, I don't think that pain is ever going to fully leave me. Sometimes I forget that they're all gone and call out for them on impulse. And when I realize once more that they're gone, the waves of grief roll over me over again. Don't worry, I get you, Yuri. Is that a news right? Oh my god, that's so cute. I know it's a small change, but it's so cute. The two girls smiled sadly at each other. I'm so sorry, Yuri. If you ever need to talk. Thank you. I'm grateful to all of you for being understanding. You shouldn't feel sorry either, it's not your fault. I know, but I wish you hadn't had to go through that. Your parents must have been great people to raise someone like you, so I wish I could have met them too. They were great people. Yuri sighs quietly and looks down at her hands. I don't doubt that it must have been difficult for her to reveal this to anyone. Or to everyone, rather. Thanks, Yuri, for sharing that with us. Of course. It seems like we're all opening up to each other today. I'm certainly glad we've all grown this close. Me too. For all sharing, I guess it's Monica's turn now, right? And as if she were thinking the same thing, Monica finally speaks up. Thanks for today, guys. It's been nice getting to know everyone even more. It's kind of funny how much closer we've all gotten in a single semester. I guess we didn't really do much last semester, rather. Feel free to give me all the credit for everyone getting closer. You wish. If I had to pinpoint the moment that we started creating a sense of camaraderie, I'd say it was when we started sharing poetry. That sounds about right to me. The festival probably helped too. It was our first group project thing, wasn't it? I guess having to rely on each other really helped bring everyone together. Does that mean there's actually a reason that teachers give group projects? Besides making me suffer, I mean. Midas, you're usually the one of the slackers in group projects. Hey, how do you know I haven't changed? We haven't been in the same class for a while, you know. I think you've changed a bit in that regard. There's a moment of light chuckling from us all. It's been fun, laughing and chatting with you all today. You guys are my first close friends. Well, besides Yuri. I raised my eyebrows at her. That seems kind of hard to believe considering how popular Monica is. Okay, I mean, I do call other people friends, but they're actually more like acquaintances. Sometimes when I talk to people, it's like I dissociate from myself and just see myself talking to them. And I feel like an alien sometimes. Or maybe a robot. Like I'm just built to do all these things, but not to actually cultivate my own desires or emotions. I could definitely see Monica being a robot. Honestly, most of the times when I laugh, I don't actually feel like laughing on the inside. Monica! And I'm well aware that there are people who hate me too, or who think that I look down on them. Little Miss Perfect, right? You shouldn't pay attention to them, Monica. Most of those people are likely just jealous of your accomplishments. After getting to know you, I can testify to the fact that you're warm and kind-hearted. Yeah, same here. And I don't say that about everyone. Monica smiles sadly at us. But to be honest, it's true. Oftentimes I do find myself looking down on other people. What? It's not like I want to be a pretentious princess. It's just I'm trained to be perfect, I guess. I know that it's impossible to actually be perfect, but like, I can't fathom not getting straight A's, for instance. I legitimately can't imagine myself failing a test, or even losing my spot as a top student. My own mother called me a failure when I got a B+ in elementary school. Monica stares into the sky. Her voice is monotonous. Do you know how my parents reacted when I mentioned not taking over the family... When I mentioned not taking over the family business? They laughed and said that they hadn't raised me to become a mediocre trash. Ah, that stings. Trash, failure, human garbage. That's what I would be if I weren't perfect. No ifs or buts. It's a black and white world for me. This life isn't one I chose myself. Every single thing has been plotted out for me by my parents. Well, except for you guys. Monica, to be honest, your parents sound like crazy tiger parents. I guess they are. I mean, they give me food and a place to live in, and they pay for all my lessons and stuff, so I can't complain. They just love to brag about me to their friend. Oh, I feel triggered. Monica! I feel really sad that you don't have your route. Even so, that sounds like an unhealthy relationship. Well, I have to put in work to pay them back for raising me, right? But it sounds like they can be really harsh too. When they're mad at me, they can be pretty domineering. I guess you could say that my parents have mastered the carrot and stick routine. Geez, are you sure you're okay, Monica? Don't worry about it. If it gets too much for me, I'll say something. Probably. Anyway, speaking of parents, it's actually getting kinda late, so we should probably get home soon. Sunlight's suddenly been orange tinted for a while now, with a soft breeze growing chiller by the minute. Yeah, my dad's probably gonna be pissed if I take too long to get back. Are you guys gonna be late to get home, alright? Are you guys gonna be able to get home alright? What do you think we are, 9-year-olds? Of course we will! Hey, I just meant that it'd be night and all. Thanks for the concern, Midas, but I think we'll all be fine. I have a train to catch anyway, so the station's going to be pretty crowded. What about you? Want me to walk you home, Yuri? I wouldn't want to go out of your way after all. Could easily walk home with Sayori. Nah, it's fine. Jesus, you're so worried about her. I can walk back with Yuri. Are you sure I wouldn't walk? I said I would, didn't I? It's fine. Just take it, Yuri. That's Natsuki's way of being clingy. Hey, I'm not clingy. You guys are hilarious. It's nice to be able to hang out with a bunch of cute high school girls, isn't it, Midas? I give Monica a side eye as she smirks at me. Come on, Sayori. Let's go before Monica says any other weird things. Only teasing. Yeah. We all linger for a few more moments to say our goodbyes, but soon scatter as the wind begins cutting through us. It really is getting dark pretty quickly. I guess the conversation took longer than I thought. I guess that makes sense though. Sensitive topics usually take a while to talk through. And to be honest, I'm kind of emotionally drained from our discussion. The club has really gone far though. I hardly expected to be having conversations this intense with the girls when I first joined. It's nice to have close friends though. Especially nice to have a girlfriend like Yuri. Somehow I feel like today's an indication that things will be alright from now on. Man, I can't remember the last time I slept so heavily. This one is one of those days where rather than feeling fatigue from sleeping too much, I am instead aware of how deeply I slept. The powers of emotional exhaustion. To be honest, it was kind of unexpected that we ended up talking so much about ourselves yesterday. Who knew that everyone was so messed up? I mean, we're gonna get into detail with Sayori after this, and later on Natsuki, so I guess that mess up will turn up to 11, I guess. I probably shouldn't be joking around about this stuff, even in my own thoughts. It's kind of interesting how we've all dealt with such heavy things before though. Well, I already kind of knew a bit about Natsuki's troubles, and I definitely know about Yuri's. But Monica was a pretty big surprise. I always knew she was precious, but not to that extent. And Sayori. What had she said again? She didn't tell me because I'm her best friend? God, I can't believe I missed all these little hints and signs about Sayori's problems. Can I even call myself her best friend at this point? An impulse to call her up and ask her to hang out suddenly rushes through me. You know what? I might as well. This is the first time I've called someone other than Mom or Mom or Yuri, so... Hello, Sayori. The phone ends up ringing for a while before Sayori picks up. Hello? Hey Sayori, what's up? Sleep. Tired yawn breaks through Sayori's speech. Isn't it noon already? Is it? Yeah. Good thing I woke you up before you slept the whole day, right? At this rate, you're going to sleep through the rest of the summer, actually. What's wrong with catching up on beauty sleep? I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong if you're trying to be the sleeping beauty. Did you just call to tease me? You wish, but I actually wanted to call you to hang out today. Actually, we could probably eat lunch together right now if you wanted. And Mom's home! What's the occasion? Nothing. I just felt like hanging out, like old times, you know? Okay then. Give me 30 minutes to get there. Alright. I'm leaving the door unlocked for you. Mom is seriously always on the top of things when she's at home. There's always enough leftovers in the fridge to satisfy my hunger. As long as I can cook my own rice to go with it. But it isn't like cooking rice is a difficult feat. I don't know if I can go back to eating that random trash I buy myself. If Yuri and Mom combined their cooking powers, they'd probably be able to take over the restaurant industry. The rice shouldn't take too long to cook, and all I had to do is microwave the leftovers from the side dishes. So I guess I'm all set for lunch with Sayori now. Where's Mom? Nothing to do but twiddle my thumbs and wait. You know what? I might as well check up on Yuri while I wait. Hello? Midas. Hi. How are you? I'm alright, just want to check on with you. Yesterday might have been pretty emotionally taxing on you, right? Like to reveal such a painful part of your past. Thank you for thinking of me. Actually, you're not the only one who wanted to talk to me about things. What do you mean? Oh, that's so cute! I'm actually with Natsuki right now. Wait, really? Yes. That's kind of a surprise, to be honest. Really? But I've been her friend for a while now. Oh my god, it's so cute to see this! Oh. Hold up. When did you start hanging out with Natsuki so much? On days where we weren't hanging out? You realize that I have my own life too, right? I'm not saying that you can't have your own life. I'm just... Oh, it's so cute! No way! Jeez, you must be really hanging out with Natsuki if you're starting to get snarky. Don't worry, I'm just joking. I really shouldn't be surprised given I've been watching you all this time. Sorry, I've been watching you change all this time. Yes, as it turns out, Natsuki and I have more in common than we first thought. And she can relate to me in terms of our pasts. Right, Natsuki lost her mom too. So we decided to talk about these things with each other today. I hear a high-pitched muffled voice from the other end. Yes, it's Midas. I don't think... There's a slight scuffling sound followed by a familiar-sounding voice. Midas, you're way too clingy. Can't you go one day without calling your girlfriend? Of course, I rolled my eyes. Hi, Natsuki. Seems like you're having fun with Yuri. You bet we are. Without you. Yeah, good thing I don't have a fear of missing out. Anyway, I just wanted to say hi. Here, Yuri. Midas, I hope Natsuki didn't tease you too badly. Come on, I can take whatever she dishes out. The two of you are quite amusing, you know. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. At any rate, I'm glad you have someone to talk about. You know, about my parents? It's nice to say the least. I can imagine so. Looks like the conversation's starting to peter out. Anyway, yeah, I'll let you go now. I don't want to interrupt you and Natsuki for too long after all. It's no bother, really. It's fine. See you, Yuri. Goodbye, Midas. Right as I tap the end call button, the doorbell rings. Perfect timing. Pulling at the door, I'm greeted by the bright smile of a tussle-haired girl. Hi, Sayori. Hi, Midas. It's been a while since I've come over. Has it? I don't know, but it feels like it. Sayori subtly sniffs the air. Is that the home-cooked food I smell? You betcha. Let's get in and dig into our food before it gets cold. Thanks for the meal. I watch amusedly as Sayori shovels rice into her mouth. Sayori, is this your last meal or something? She swallows with some difficulty before speaking. Mimi, I just haven't had your mom's cooking in such a long time. And speaking of mom, where is mom? Did you put something in the rice, by the way? Yeah, I put a bit of sesame oil. It's something I picked up from Yuri. It really makes the rice that much more flavorful. I think I'm gonna start doing it. Just be careful about adding too much. You don't want to have too much oil in your diet, especially with your current habits. Hey, what do you mean by my current habits? You know, your junk food addiction? What? I don't have a junk food addiction. Dude, too. I've seen the wrappers in your bag. what about your bag, huh? It's always stuffed full of bread wrappers. You got me there. Sayori 1, Midas 0. Why don't I have any points? Shouldn't it be Sayori 1 and Midas 1? Sayori sticks her tongue out at me, causing me to chuckle. Man, we should start eating lunch together again. It's always a laugh with you. I do try my best. Suddenly I'm reminded of what you said yesterday. Do you? Do I what? Honestly, I'm not sure if she's genuinely confused or faking it to avoid confrontation. You always try to make me laugh. Well, everyone in general. I guess so. Why wouldn't I want to see my friends laugh? Sayori, you know what I mean. Are you happy yourself, Sayori? I know you're always trying to make others happy. But from what you said yesterday, that sounds like you might be pulling on a bit of a mask. The troubled look on Sayori's face, I hasten to clarify myself. Not to imply that you're always faking your personality or anything. I just mean that you might be acting happier than you feel. Well, I guess that's basically what you said yesterday, right? Seriously though, I don't know how it ever occurred to me to ask about your own happiness. To be honest, I think I took you for granted. For that, I'm sorry. Midas, you don't have to apologize for me every time we meet again. Shoot, I really have been doing that. It's okay, I don't mind it too much. So do you mind it at least a little bit then? Looks like Sayori's accidentally let too much slip out. She looks down at her food, poking bits of vegetables around with her chopsticks. If you're not comfortable with it, you don't have to talk about it. No, it's just that, I don't know. Her chopstick stabs through a carrot, grinding it into mush. Sayori, it's okay for you to talk to me about your problems. God knows what I've told you about too many times of mine over the years. It in no way burdens me. In fact, I want to hear the things that bother you because I want to try to help you as a friend. And at the end of the day, you don't have to if you don't want to, but just know that I'm here to listen. Thanks, Midas. You're really good at comforting people, you know. Only sometimes. A slow sigh escapes from Sayori's lips. Well, you're right, sometimes I feel like I give so much of myself but don't get anything in return. But then I realize that I'm selfish, that I shouldn't be looking at my relationships as if they were transactional rather. Sayori, it's perfectly fine to feel bad about being taken for granted. Relationships are a two-way street. Both sides should be putting in just as much work in the friendship. It's totally normal to feel unhappy or dissatisfied too. No one can be happy 24/7. I guess so. There's a brief silence as Sayori anxiously twists her chopsticks around in her hands. All I want to do is see others be happy. But why can't I be happy too? Sayori... I don't know to what extent Sayori's unhappy. But I also kind of feel like I shouldn't cry. Is there anything I can do to help? I don't want to see you faking your smile. I want to see your genuine grin from when we were kids. Although it's not I can really tell that when she's faking it. Sayori smiles wryly at me. To be honest, I don't know if you can help me or not. I think just offering support is good enough for now. Are you sure? I feel like I should be doing more. It's alright, Midas. Besides, I've been relying on Monika's help too, you know. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. I didn't know you were that close to Monika, by the way. Well, we weren't too close in the beginning, but we started to hang out more in the club as time went on. And you know how perceptive Monika can be. She kind of noticed when I was feeling off. Damn, and I couldn't. So I ended up talking to her about it. That's about it. And I'm glad she's there for you at least. Yeah, and I'll have to admit that it did feel good being able to finally voice my inner thoughts. I can imagine so. Quiet lull falls between us. It's not as a comfortable one though. It's more like a moment where we can both stay lost in our own thoughts. Sayori starts nibbling on her food again, and I end up following suit. Despite the silence, I still enjoy her presence. And so Yuri freaking stole my bread! Isn't she the class rep? Yeah, but I guess that's not something that'll stop her. The dishes have been long cleared away, leaving us to chat away at the kitchen table just like old times. I'm proud to note that I've been able to make Sayori cry with laughter more than once in these few hours when we've been together. My own stomach aches with laughter as well. Looks like my looks like my abs are getting a good workout. Oh, I wish I was in your class. It looks like so much fun. It's mostly Shiori and Emmy who get into wacky hijinks. We're lucky that Sakurai is such a chill teacher. Doesn't your class ever have funny moments? Kinda. The class rep is sort of strict though, so he stops us from messing around too much. Man, that sucks. Speaking of class, have you finished your summer homework yet? Midas, you're so funny. Have you started on it yet? No. Exactly. Fair point. You're probably gonna end up panicking together at the last minute and rushing to finish it before the school day starts. Probably. Well, I might not need to do my homework today, but I actually have some chores I need to finish. So in other words, you're gonna abandon me for now. It sounds so sad when you say it like that. That's because it is a tragedy, Sayori. Oh, and you're just being a drama queen. I put my hand to my heart, feigning offense. Seriously though, my prints are gonna get mad if I don't finish them by today. I've been putting them off for a while. Isn't it really your fault then? Hey, if you say it like that. But it's true, isn't it? Jeez. I'm just gonna leave then. Putting on a pout, Sayori starts gathering up her things and heading to the door. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. Bye, Midas. And in a moment, I'm alone again. Honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself for being able to talk so openly with people about these issues. Don't get a big head now, Midas. But it's nice talking to Sayori about both serious and silly matters. There's definitely a lot more going on with her than it may appear on the surface. Man, I really need to start hanging out with her again. Although I still have to attend to my beloved girlfriend. Even my thoughts have grown cheesy. Whatever. Let's just send a quick text to see how Yuri's doing. Still out with Nat? I only have to wait about half a minute before I get a reply. Boy, am I glad that Yuri's a fast replier. Oh, this is cool. Aww. Opening up my messaging app, I'm greeted by a blurry picture of what appears to be Yuri and Natsuki. Seems like Natsuki wanted to take a picture, but Yuri was too camera shy to do so. Classic Natsuki and Yuri. Sorry, that was Nat. Lol, Nat's cool. As I examine the picture more closely, I notice a wrought iron fence behind them. Where are they? Are you at the cemetery? Yes, I wanted to. Oh. Dang, that must have been a pretty heavy visit. But as it turns out, she had some business there too. So we both ended up having a heart-to-heart there. That's nice. I'm seriously glad that you could talk to Nat about that. Me too. We actually quite talked a bit about our family situations. Apparently she's not too close to her father. Huh, I see. Well, don't let me ruin the fun. Make sure you get home safe later. Thanks. Nat's gonna walk me home, so... Lol, you'll definitely be safe. Huh, that's true. Okay, see ya then. See ya. Wow, Yuri's usually used text speak. I chuckled to myself as I put down my phone. Leaning back in my chair, I rubbed my eyes. I didn't actually do anything today, but somehow I feel like I was productive. It's probably because I was able to talk to Sayori about her inner feelings and check up on Yuri. And as it turns out, both of them seem to have pretty solid support groups at the moment. Anyhow, it's definitely a good reminder that I shouldn't develop some kind of savior complex. After all, it's not like everyone's lives revolve around me. Or do they? Huh, I'm hilarious. How many times have we gone out together this summer? Oh, come on, Midas, we haven't hung out that often. It probably just feels that way to him because he never comes out of his nasty gamer cave. Hey, that's uncalled for. Yuri, isn't that true? Well, You're supposed to be on my side! Huh, if Yuri's not supporting you, then you're definitely in the wrong. What? How am I in the wrong? You heard her, Midas. It's always the worst when everyone teases me at once. I think you mean it's the best, right? By the way, Natsuki, where's that tea place you're always talking about again? We're gonna make Yuri taste boba! Natsuki perks up when she hears the word tea. You mean not a full tea? Haven't you been there before? Yeah, but it was just Natsuki, you and I who went there. Wow, so you guys excluded me and Yuri, huh? And not on purpose, you guys were busy! Only joking. So where is this fabled tea place? It's actually not that far, so we should totally go. What kind of tea? Well, it's a modern cafe, so it specializes in boba. A fleeting look on consternation, passes over Yuri's face. But I've heard that they also serve really good traditional teas. Oh? Yeah, I was surprised when I heard about it too, but apparently the reviews say that it's legit. Either way, I think you should at least try the boba though. Have you had any? I don't think so. What? Then what are we waiting for? Let's go! Huh, how would a tiny girl move so quickly? It's just that you're out of shape, and now you're all sweaty and gross. Natsuki, we all are. You drag us here at a jogging pace. That's clearly an exaggeration. You're actually walking kinda fast. Okay, why don't you guys look over at the menu while you catch your breath then? That sounds good to me. Come on, Yuri, let me show you my favorites. Natsuki grabs Yuri's hand and leads her over to the menu, happily chatting away. They've seriously grown close over the summer. I wonder if Yuri would consider Natsuki her best friend. Looks like Natsuki is about to steal your girlfriend away from you, Midas. Is Monica a mind reader? They're totally incompatible as a couple. I wouldn't really say that. Or would they? I guess you have some competition now. Where's this conversation even going? Soon enough, we're all sitting outside with plastic cups in hand. So, what do you guys think? Of the drinks, I mean. Still as good as I remember it. Same here. I see why you come here often, Natsuki. This is definitely one of the better boba places around the area. I know, right? And that's why my taste is undoubtedly the best. Don't get too smug now. What about you, Yuri? How's your drink? Unlike the rest of us, Yuri opted to order hot traditional made green tea. It's actually quite good. Better than I have expected from a place that doesn't specialize in traditional tea. Huh. I'm not really into that, so I guess I wouldn't really know. But you should try some actual boba. Here, you can have some of mine. Natsuki hands her drink to Yuri, fending off Yuri's weak protests. Tentative. I don't know why I find that cute. Okay. It's so cute. Tentatively, Yuri takes a sip, her eyes widen in surprise as she drinks, and she takes a moment to chew on the boba before giving her verdict. That's really good. It's sweet but not too sweet. The light citrus undernotes cut through the sweetness. The actual tapioca balls add some interesting texture as well. They're quite chewy but not in a bad way. Ah, that's so you'd like it. Huh. Great analysis from Natsuki's drink, Yuri. That was pretentious of me, wasn't it? Nah, that was fine. I'd say that it shows how you actually like it. I suppose so. Okay, everyone, I have a great idea. How about we all write poetry about food? Monica! Please don't add any extra homework to our summer vacation. I agree with that. Can we save it until school starts again? You guys haven't even started on the summer homework yet, have you? No. Of course. Let's talk about something else. I concur. A few hours later, Yuri and I are waving goodbye to Sayori in front of my house. I can't believe you almost drank out of Natsuki's drink. I told you I had a sweet tooth. Then why didn't you order boba? Don't worry, it was super cute. I agree. That Sprite is so underrated and must be used more. Yuri blushes and looks down. As usual, she's bad at taking compliments. Come on, let's head inside. We're home. Sorry for the intrusion. Welcome back, you two. How'd your day go? It was pretty fun. We just walked around town with the others. You here found a new favorite drink too. Really? What is it? Boba. Oh, I remember drinking that all the time as a university student. You've all get together at the some time. Sorry. Let me read that again. You'll have to go get some together sometime. That sounds lovely. I'll look forward to it. Although Yuri's pretty formal with my mom, it's clear that she's warmed up to her. If only Yuri got rid of her sense of propriety. Hey, you wanna come up to my room for a bit? Another blush rises on Yuri's cheeks as she darts a glance at my mom. Sure. Don't worry, I'm not going to intrude you on your couple time. Just don't forget to come down to help with dinner. I'm just dying to learn a new recipe from you, Yuri. It won't be late. Phew! Now that we're in my room, we can now talk freely. So how have things been? In terms of your mental health? Getting straight to the point, I see. Better than beating around the bush, right? That's true. At this point, it does make me feel less awkward about it when you're straightforward. It's been going well. There's a shy smile waving on Yuri's face. That's good to hear. Have you self-harmed lately? I squeeze her hand as I ask the question. It's hard for her to talk about it, but we've gotten a lot more used to discussing these topics. Not this week. That's great! Sorry, I can't think of anything else to say that expresses my happiness. To make up for my lack of words, I opt to kiss her in the cheek. She responds by leaning her head against me. Once again, I'm hit by the scent of lavender shampoo. Thank you. Don't get your hopes too high though, I still have urges. Just less frequently. Still, that's seriously great news! I throw you a 1 week clean party, but I know how much you dislike parties. You know me well. I swear, I should have never let Nazi teach you the art of sarcasm. Now you know how I felt in the beginning when I could never tell whether you were sarcastic or not. Yuri sighs a little in contentment. I'm glad I met you. I'm glad I met you too. Midas, I'm being serious here. I am too. I just can't stop grinning because you're with me. Oh, Midas. She links our hands together, our fingers sliding together in a familiar embrace. This may sound completely and utterly trite, but... Well, I believe that you can thank happy memories for my improved mental state. Really? Don't tell me you're talking about the power of love or something like that. No, that'd be quite silly. What I mean is that thinking back to all the happy memories I've shared with loved ones has helped me distract me from my urges. Well, just the distractions in general can serve to stave off the pain in my experience. Reading has definitely helped throughout the years, although I find it particularly enjoyable and I can look forward to discussing my thoughts on a novel with someone. And I'm happy to provide a listening ear to your analysis. As you should be. I've also been trying out some techniques that we researched together. You mean like using a cold spoon to stimulate the cut? Yes, they don't always work, but I suppose they help at least a bit. But in the end, I believe having a recent happy memories was the most influential in helping in my impulses. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. I already know this, but before I opened up so much, I was much more pessimistic as a person. Honestly speaking, I thought that everyone else only tolerated my presence at most, before I truly got to know them and their real feelings. I'd actually be genuinely surprised every time someone expressed a desire to keep me around. But now that you know that everyone does want you around, right? Yes, I suppose so. All these memories I have of everyone laughing together has helped me to recognize that. Monica, Sayori, Natsuki, and you. Everyone's been so good to me. There's another one of those rare moments where Yuri can't find the right words for her sentiments. The club's truly been changing for the both of us, huh? You could say that again. Hell, it even made me start writing poetry. By the way, Tanabata is a few weeks away. That's the festival in July where people write their wishes in the form of poetry on small pieces of paper and hang them on bamboo. I can see why Yuri was suddenly reminded of it. Yeah, they hold the festival nearby, don't they? Would you like to go together? That'd be lovely. I always found the legend of behind Tanabata romantic. A pair of lovers separated by the Milky Way except for that one day that the festival falls on. Bit of a sad story though, isn't it? Yes, but I always found the bittersweet stories that most touching. Speaking of poetry, I did forget about the poem I'd written for Yuri so long ago. However, I hadn't found a good time to give it to her until now, that is. Hold on, I have a surprise for you. Hopefully I didn't lose it. I rummaged through my desk drawer and breathed a sigh of relief once I spot the page I wrote it on. Here, a poem for you I wrote a while back. It was for our Valentine's date, or after our Valentine's date, so I guess I was feeling some residual mushiness. Oh, we get to read it! Sunset Sweet. In the night I miss the sun. I think of you, the only one, to make me feel the way I felt that love-filled day. Our gazes that met at the spring sunset made a slow-burning fire rise up ever higher. The warmth of your lips was so sweet, a memory in which no one can compete. Or none can compete. Close enough. Midas, thank you. Can't believe you wrote this one for me. Well, no! No! This is so... The build-up... I'm crying. Well, I did write a poem for you basically a week after I met you, so I could definitely believe it. You know what I mean? She gently caresses my face with her hand. It's as small and dainty as ever. Stop! We simultaneously lean in and kiss for a moment that lasts an eternity. I don't want to stop when we break apart, but Yuri's the one who pulls away. We should really be helping your mother in the kitchen by now. Can't we spend a little more time here at first? Midas, we promised that we'd help. Come along now. Damn, why couldn't Yuri have learned to slack off with me? I guess that's one of the reasons why she's so endearing to me. Smiling through a sigh, I get off the bed and join her in heading downstairs. Oh, there's a text box up here. It's okay. Wait. I'm still feeling so emotional. So are you too excited for the festival? I remember writing wishes for Tanabata with my friends. I haven't gone to a festival in a while. Since my parents were still alive, that is. One glances at the rearview mirror to meet Yuri's eyes for a moment. I hope you'll be able to do their memories justice by having a good time today then. I'm sure we will. As Mom and Yuri chat, I find myself lulled into a daze, half asleep state by the sound of the car engine. Well, sleeping in the car is usually something I do. I don't know, there's just something about cars that makes me feel sleepy. The fact that Mom knows about Yuri's parents is a mark of how far the relationship has really become. It definitely became a lot closer. I'm sure that Mom already sees Yuri as a kind of a daughter. Yuri certainly comes around to my house enough these days for Mom to see her that way. I can only hope that Yuri's come to see her as a mother figure too. Streetlights blur by the pale golden streaks as we drive through the neighborhood. It's a good thing my mom's still able to work at home. Otherwise, Yuri and I would be walking outside in the cold. Midas? Didn't you hear us calling you? We're here. Ah, right. Sorry, I was falling asleep there. They should wake you up then. Mom opens the car door, causing me to immediately get blasted with a gust of cold night air. I instantly sent shivering. I guess that was an effective way to wake me up as any. Jeez, it's freaking cold out. We did tell you to bring a jacket, you know. And why is Mom wearing something sleeveless if it's cold? I thought you guys were exaggerating. Now, you know what they say about assumptions. Okay, save the lecture for later when we get home, Mom. Please. I suppose we better get going then. Stay safe, you two. And have lots of fun for— Oh, okay, so it's just gonna be the two of us. I thought Mom was gonna be with us in the festival. Sure thing, Mom. Ooh. We shut the car doors and after waving goodbye, we're left alone at the entrance of the festival. Bright lights of the festival starkly contrast the darkness of the streets we've been driving through. What's ordinarily a plain city street is now transformed by a multitude of colorful stalls and tables decked out overhead by glowing lanterns. Crowds of people from all ages mill out, chattering and yelling away happily to create a cacophony of noise. As you step into the throngs, the temperature difference is instantly noticeable. Hear the body heat of dozens upon dozens of people along with the heat of food stalls, stoves warm up the night. Heavenly smells of frying foods waft through the air, causing my stomach to gurgle expectantly. Oh man, are you hungry? A bit. Everything smells delectable. I'm definitely going to blow all my pocket money on food tonight. A good choice. You've been saving up for this for a while, haven't you? You bet I have. It's not every day that I can indulge in this much junk food. Suddenly I feel a light tap on my shoulder. Eh? Whoa, hello! Hey Midas, fancy meeting you here. Behind me stand Monica, Sayori, and Natsuki. It seems that they've just arrived too. What a coincidence, it's like fate. Well, it is a popular festival, so I don't doubt that we'll see other classmates as well tonight. So shh, don't ruin the magic, Yuri. So you guys plan to come together too, huh? Yep. Thought about it as a festival related to poetry after all, so I decided to make this into a club trip. Why are you crying, Natsuki? Is that a sprite there, or is there something I missed? Wait. Natsuki, are you okay? Why didn't we get an invite then? Idiot, you already mentioned that you were going with Yuri before. Yeah, I guess I did. You and Yuri make such a great couple. Be sure to take lots of pictures. Are you gonna leave us alone? Thank you. Come on guys, let's not disturb these lovebirds any further. I guess that's a yes. Thank you, Monica. See you two later. The three girls soon disappear into the crowd, leaving Yuri and me alone again. Finally, no obstacles between myself and food. Man, I can't remember when I've had such a good okonomiyaki. The Japanese pancakes are bursting with umami, having been slathered with sauce and piled high with various toppings. How's your dango? Yuri, ever the sweet one, has been nibbling at a couple of sweet dumplings for a while now. They're exactly how I remembered them from when I was a child. I doubt they would have messed with it as a classic recipe as regular old dango. You never know. There's lots of modern variations of food these days. Have you been looking up recipes again? Looks like I got her. There's nothing wrong with variety. I know, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. I know, we never mean anything in a bad way. We make our way to the center of the plaza and settle down on the quiet bench together. Various bamboo trees are set up before us. Quite a few decorations and festival wishes already hung up on the branches. The slender green stalks sway gently in the wind, rustling quietly as if whispering. Midas, you know how thankful I am that I met you. Honestly speaking, you've changed my life for the better. Couldn't have asked for a better boyfriend. Can't believe how good of a person you are. Hold up, Yuri, you don't have to gush about me too much. I think you're giving me too much credit. But you have changed me. Well, I guess I did help some. But nothing would have mattered if you didn't decide to help yourself in the end. You're the one who put in so much effort to change. You're the one who decided to open up to me. And for that reason, I'm the one who's thankful that I got to meet such a wonderful and thoughtful girl. Plus, it wasn't just me who helped provide you with happy memories either. The rest of the club helped too, right? Especially Natsuki. Yuri leans to me, idly fiddling with my sleeve. You know what? You're right. I did help myself. I've always been scared to think well of myself and to presume that I have the willpower to help myself. But in the end, I think that's true. It's a bit frightening to think that I've actually come a long way. Well, frightening is the wrong word. Shocking, maybe? In the end, I suppose my support network helped me realize some things about myself, though. Wait, I'm tearing up again. Because of you. Because of all of you. I was able to identify my flaws and find motivation to try and resolve them. You treated me like a normal person. You didn't pity me or act like I was a fragile angel. You're one of the strongest people I know. I'd never see you as someone to pity. And I'm sure the others feel the same. To be honest, I don't know if I would have been able to go through the same stuff you have. Well, we grew up in totally different circumstances, so we wouldn't be able to tell. But knowing you, I think you would have been able to do it. And probably in less time than it took me to. Hey, you're talking just the right amount of time with this stuff, in my opinion. There's no use rushing something as delicate as this. I have faith in you, Yuri. I've seen how much time and effort you've put into changing. I know how strong you are. Midas. Yuri squeezes my hand in hers. Do you have the papers to write our wishes on? Yeah. Do you know what you're going to write? I believe so. Don't peek. I wouldn't dream of it. We spent a few quiet moments scribbling down our wishes. I have to rack my brain for ideas before I settle on the perfect callback poem for Yuri. Do you want to see mine before I hang it up? Sure thing. Oh, it's quite long. I thought it's gonna be like, I wish for something. But then again, it is Yuri. And oh yeah, I forgot. This is a poem festival. My mind. Wait. Can't. You gotta brace the tears. Standing under the bamboo, I gaze at the stars, twinkle steadily, beacons in the night. As I watch them, I filled with expectation, hope springing out of my heart as I yearn for understanding. Wishing for a meeting of perspectives, a way to change the world. My heart waves as I turn to look at the ones around me, guiding stars, their paths aligned with mine, leading me onwards towards the distant dawn. I gather my courage, reaching out to them. Holding them close, I pray for this feeling to last, yearning for the day I can accept this brilliance and make it my own, so that the star of my life might shine and light the way in the dark. Oh, Yuri. I thought I'd make a return to form and write this one in free verse. I noticed that it's a nice throwback. You always kept a preference for free verse, didn't you? Although writing in meter rhyme is interesting exercise. Are interesting exercises, I've always felt most to express my true feeling using free verse. Also, I'm guessing that you wrote about stars because the legend behind Tanabara. That's right. Well, I also thought that the stars looked beautiful tonight. Then when I was thinking about it, my mind kept turning to the North Star for some reason. And that was when I realized how fitting it would be to compare everyone in my life to guiding stars as a metaphor. Poetic as always, Yuri, but you know what? You're the star in my life. I can't help it. I know it's just... Some of you might say that it's just a game, but then again... Yuri giggles shyly, softly taking hold of one of my hands. Thank you, Midas. And yes, you're one of the foremost people in my thoughts. There were you and the Literature Club members, your mother, my parents, therapy. Wait, you're going to therapy? Wait, you are? You actually are, Yuri? Yay! I decided to. I know that you've been advocating. Oh man. I know that you've been advocating it all along, so... That's great news! Getting professional opinion. That's got to count for something, right? Now that I've learned how to fight my urges more effectively, I want to be able to stay clean for good. And I figured that I might as well try therapy out. It's not like it could make me any worse, right? That's the spirit. Wait. Oh, stop. Oh. You know, for a time I actually thought you might have regretted telling me about everything. But I'm glad to know that I was dead wrong about that. Don't blame me for thinking that. Come on, you gotta blame me at least. I should have ever doubted you. Man, how my wish is gonna be terrible compared to yours? And what is it? I thought that you could make me as happy as yours, babe. Well, you can let me be the judge of that. From me to you. It's summer and the stars are out. I think of the future and what the poem's about. I hope my friendships last longer. I'd like to watch our bonds grow stronger. My days so far have been bright, but I'd like to help you. This made my life seem bright. Wait, that's alright, sorry. Been alright. I'll be by your side if you're ever lonely. Where others may falter, I swear you're my one and only. Or to be your one and only. Even if you don't feel whole, I'll give you a piece of myself to soothe the pain of your weary soul. Because you're important to me. These fragile memories shatter like glass. So we will rebuild them together, and another year will come to pass. Oh. I was actually thinking of the very first poem you ever showed me when I was writing this. I think it was titled Tumble, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I remember that you wrote the poem about missing a part of yourself and not being important. So I decided to write a poem how you're basically the most important part of my life now. Actually, I remembered my poems enough to include some of their motifs. I don't want to forget anything related to you. Midas, I love you. I love you too, Yuri. I gently cup Yuri's face in my hands and kiss her, savoring the slightly sweet taste of her lips. And then suddenly, the three girls are like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" As you break away for air, Yuri speaks up. Hold on, we still need to hang up our wishes. We approach a bamboo tree together, the colorful strips of paper bearing the hopes and dreams of dozens of people playfully twirl in the wind. Yuri beams up at me as we hang up our wishes side by side. They spin together, constantly brushing against each other as if connected. And they are connected. Connected with our hopes for the future are intertwined with each other. Oh, stop. I can imagine a future without Yuri at this point. Despite everything that might have happened between us, despite all the baggage of our past weighing us down, we can find the strength in each other. We can learn together, change together, and grow together. We can move on to the future together. What's this? I couldn't ask for a better ending than that. This is nice. But this is only one step in my journey because I want to finish them all. So I hope you guys stick around. That's so cute of Yuri and Natsuki. Oh, so these two are the props to the musicians. I'd like to give special thanks to the musicians because they're all so good. I mean, the writing is good too, but dang, I'm a sucker for music. Oh, we even have Yuri and their dog. Erased. Okay. Sir and Mom. No, Sir. We're Sir and Mom. Oh my god. We need to see that. We need to see a mom scene Sakurai Ralph. And there's Emmy. Thank you too. It was worth the wait, alright. I'm satisfied. My thoughts will be in the comments below.